All right, guys, welcome to the video. I'm going to make this video for supply and demand traders. You trade fair value gaps, ICT, that's cool too. This is basically what that is. But if you're identified as a supply and demand trader, this video is basically for you, and I'm sharing with you my tips and basically my strategy. So right now, I'm trading futures, and this is gold. And my plan is to actually buy this. Where exactly? When price gets cheaper, and when price drops, that's when I'm going to buy within my range that I have set with market structure. So the only way I get into a trade, guys, is if there's news. If there's no news on forexfactory.com, I don't get into a trade. And the reason is because I'm realizing that most of the supply and demand comes from volume, right? And I utilize the economic calendar's ability to tell me the amount of impact for each news event that comes out. So basically, what I'm trying to say is, I have my Forex Factory website set on filters to only show me high volume news and medium volume news, and that allows me every single week to expect certain setups. And so I mainly look at what the U.S. dollar is doing for futures. So if U.S. dollar, like today, U.S. dollar is moving today. Then once I do that, I then trade based off what's actually happening. If there's no news, I'm not going to trade because there's no expansion. I'm going to explain what the expansion was. You see that green right now? I have to change the charts to show you in a quick way. All right, so you see this green, all this green right there? That's expansion, and that was created by volume. That's price expansion. And so when there's no volume in the market, there will be no expansion, and the market will kind of consolidate and not really move as much. So um, I waited today for the news, and today we had some medium to high volatile news to the U.S. dollar currency, and that caused gold to move, and that affected gold, and thus created expansion. And when you see an expansion by the news, there's always a correction after the news. So price will go down, right? Let's say price is bearish, price will go down and expand, and then you have the opportunity. Sorry, guys, the camera's like that for some reason. You have the opportunity to get in on this expansion when price comes back up and drops back down. Comes back up, drops back down. Yeah. So the key is waiting for those expansions because those expansions create a range, the high and low of price, and price has to correct itself to balance out. So if you're a supply and demand trader, I highly recommend waiting for the news because that's going to allow you to find trades. So right now in gold, the only two types of trade tips, like I said, that I trade are fair value gaps and order blocks. Right now, I found an order block at that gray zone, that small one you're looking at on the screen, and I also found, of course, there are some gaps, but mainly just on the 15-minute chart, there's a gap right there because of when there's expansion in price because of the news and because of real world events that affect gold and affect futures. It causes the market to expand, and now, like I told you, price, what it's doing right now is it's actually, right now, it's about to drop to retrace to this fair value gap in this demand zone. And once it retraces, we're going to have another expansion. So the key is to get in on these expansions and enter so that you can, your whole trades should be the expansion. But yeah, and sorry guys, again, ignore the camera thing. I don't know why my camera's been doing that for some reason. This has been really weird. So, yeah. So basically, this is pretty much all you want to do. I wanted to make this video really simple. You already probably got value in the video. I like to keep things just really simple and basic so you can actually learn and get things in your head and understand what's creating these actual gaps, demand, supply zones that you guys are trading. It's basically the news and real world events and also institutions trading these assets. And order blocks, what order blocks actually are, if you're familiar with order blocks, they are basically engulfing candles, and they represent large sums of capital being injected into the market by the banks and institutions or hedge funds, and you have the opportunity to get in and trade those. So yeah, um, I'm gonna end the video here. It was not supposed to be a long video at all. That's literally all I have to say, and that's what I'm doing. So right now I'm waiting for gold to come back to this zone, and then you're gonna see the results in the free Discord in the description. It's free. There's traders there traders that trade different strategies network. If you're interested in how I trade, you can always message me. I don't have courses or anything like that. Um, Feel free to watch more of my videos. There's a lot of value in them, where I go more in depth. This one's a short one because I just want to explain that little process to you. And yeah, you don't trading doesn't have to be hard. The key is risk management. So risk management also your strategy. So if you have good risk management, it allows you to keep playing the game of trading and scale your account in a realistic way. So it's not such a gamble, what people call it. So if you have, if you're trading with risk management and you utilize the fact that, okay, so I have only 2 trades a day at the trade, and you try to trade 3, and that messes up your account, that's your fault because you went and broke the trading rules that allowed you to be profitable in the first place. So risk management and your strategy are only really 2 important things. And yeah, that's all I have to say for this video. I hope you guys enjoy it. Peace.